back to day 20 of Christmas Quilting in July 2026. I'm so glad you're here. And today we're going to be making a very simple and fun and easy ornament. Isn't this cute? So I came up with this idea when I was going through all of my stuff from last year and some of the projects I didn't finish. One of them was this table topper. Now I did finish this table topper, but I showed in the video making a Christmas themed one, and you can see all the pieces here from that. And in the video, and you can go back and watch the video if you want to, you can see I did some stuff with half square triangles and 4 patches and talked about how they go together and you get these wonderful patterns. These are the leftover blocks. I still might do something with these, but I also had a ton of leftover 4 patches that were made from the jelly roll strips that I used. So I thought, how can I use these to make something wonderful? And that inspired these little guys, especially these, because I think these were the fabrics I used. These were some vintage fabrics that I wanted to try too. So I played with some sizes and came up with a way to make this. So long story short, you need 4 patches for this. I am going to show you how to make them out of jelly roll strips. However, we do cut these down, these 4 patches. We'll be cutting down to a smaller size. So you can technically use smaller pieces, like 8 of different fabric squares to make this. I'll put all that information on my blog. But for now, I'm going to show you how to do it with jelly roll strips. All right, so to make this 4 patch, you're going to take 2 jelly roll strips, and I grabbed 2. I think I have them here somewhere. Here they are. Okay, I have a couple different ones. I wasn't sure what I was going to do. But I have this one. I really love this fabric. It has pinks in it, but I made this, and this is a tutorial too, out of this jelly roll, and I loved it so much that I love this fabric. So I think we'll go with that. So you'll need your theme fabric or whatever is going to be your highlighted fabric. So like in this one would be the green. So you want some contrast here. For one ornament, you'll need at least 10 inches. I would give myself a little bit more room. 10 inches is cutting it close, so maybe 10.5 inches. You also need some scrap batting, cut to 3.5 inches square, and also some buttons and a hanger around 6 inches, depending on how long you want it. You'll need that too. This one I did with rickrack, which turned out really cute. You can do all kinds of things. This is like a gingham, and I think this is the one I'm going to use for this because I thought it went really well. So the first step is to put right sides together on your strips and line them up. And we're going to sew a 1/4 inch down one long edge. And this is super forgiving, so if you're a little off, that's okay, because like I said, we're going to cut it down. I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll meet you back here. All right, that is sewn. I'm going to just set that seam. And next, we're going to open it up and press. And for this one, I do like to press to one side. I don't like to do it open, and you'll see why in a moment. All right, so you'll have a strip set like this. Next, we're going to cut this into 2.5 inch chunks. So you can use a ruler that is that size, which I really like to do, and you can see this lines up really nicely, and trim up that edge. But I know not everybody has this. This is the one that I show with the So Long too. Love this ruler. I use it all the time. And if you don't have it, that's fine. You can take a regular ruler, line it up on one of the lines, and I like to line up on that center line, and then I'm going to trim up that edge. Next, I'm going to measure over 2.5 inches, and I like to do it with the 1/2 inch on this side because I like to use the lines on my ruler. I'm going to line that up. Again, I'm lining up that center line. I'm at the 2.5 inch mark. No, I'm not. Right there's the 2.5 inch mark. I almost made a mistake. 1, 2.5. What is that? Measure twice, cut once. All right, now I'm going to cut this chunk. And I'm going to keep going like that all the way down until I get 8 of these. I misspoke. No, I'm going to keep going like that until I get 4 of these. You can get 8 out of a full strip. 4 of these is what you need for the ornament. So now that you have 4 of these, we're gonna make our 4 patches. I'm just gonna take these opposite and put them together like this, and they're gonna nest nicely right like that. So you can see they go together really nice. Let me show you that one more time. So you take your two patches, they're gonna be cut like this, turn one around, and then place one on top of each other and nest those seams like that. And it should line up. We're gonna sew a 1/4 inch down this side here so we get our 4 patch. And we're gonna do that with both of these. I'll be right back. Okay, now that they're sewn, we're going to set those seams and then open it up and press. And again, it really doesn't matter which way, whichever way you want. All right, so now our 4 patches are finished. Our next step is to cut these down into 3.5 inch units. I have a ruler that I use for that. Again, I love rulers and I love having the right size. So I'm going to show you cutting one down with this ruler that is 3.5 inches wide and 6.5 inches long. And all I'm going to do, oh, and then I'm going to show you how to do it with a regular ruler, of course. So all I'm doing is taking that center line right here, and then this center line right here. I love that. And we are going to stitch, or cut, not stitch. We're going to cut. We're not stitching yet. Cut. And you know, see how, I don't know if you can see how this is wobbly. This is a good reason to open your seams with something like that, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in and just open that so it's not so wobbly. It's nice and flat. Just going to make our life easier. You don't have to do this, but it does make it just lay a little bit better. Flatter better. All right, now we're in business. Yeah, that'll stop that from rocking so much. Still rock a little bit. It'll stop it for a lot of it. Oh, much better. All right, so I'm lining up that center line. This ruler happens to have it, the complete center, which is right here. And I can just make sure it's right on and cut. Hold it and cut. Watch your fingers. Pull that away. I'm going to cut the other side. Now you have something that looks like this. You're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to line it up and cut. And that's going to give you a cute little 4 patch that looks like that. I'm going to do the same thing with this one, but I'm going to show you how to do it with a regular ruler if you don't have the 3.5 inch ruler. So we're going to measure over 1 inch and 1.75 inches from this center line. We're going to do that on both sides. So, you know, I'm going to do it on this way just so you can see it a little bit better. So we have our full inch here and then 3/4 of an inch there. I'm going to line up this line right on this line right on this, and cut this side. All right, we'll just turn this around, do the same exact thing on the other side. And then again, on the other 2 sides as well. All right, so you have these 2, and we're almost ready to get this put together. So simple, so easy. I'm going to clean up for a second and meet you back here. All right, so our next step is to add our hanger. And you can decide how you want this. If you want them both this way, let me grab my sample. So you can see how I have the hanger at the white here, but at the green here, you can do that. You can do whatever you want. You can make it double-sided so it's a little bit different, or you can keep them the same. And I'm just going to do them opposite like that. So this is going to be one side, and this is going to be the other. So we're going to lay this right side up and pick whichever one you want to be at the top. I'm going to say like right there. I'm just folding my ribbon or whatever here, and I'm just going to clip that, and then I'm just going to stay stitch that so it doesn't go anywhere right there at the top. I forgot my clip. I'm going to clip it because it will move between here and the sewing machine. Okay, that is stitched not super well, but that's okay. Just needs to stay put, that's all. Next, we're going to take this other side. So this is our ornament. We're going to go this way, and we're going to place it right sides together just like that. And it's a little bulky because of that ribbon. That's okay. We're also going to take our batting and place that on top of that. So I'm going to show you that again. We have our piece with our ribbon. We have this piece and then our batting. Now what I like to do is actually put this batting, adhere it somehow to this first, and it just keeps everything nice and tidy. And I really love this stuff, not sponsored or anything, but I also have Elmer's glue, and I'm going to use Elmer's glue just to show you. Hopefully it's not dried out. It is not. Okay. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. This dries clear, I believe. I hope. If not, we're going to have some purple on it. And I put it on the back of one of these. And that's just going to keep it together. All right, where am I at here? We're going to go this way. Yes. So now I'm just going to put these right sides together, just like that. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit bulky. That's okay. Now I'm going to leave an opening for turning. There are a few things you can do here. If you want to, you can even seam rip one of these and then hand stitch that shut. That's okay. But I'm just going to leave one on the side. And I want to make sure it's not necessarily at a seam because that's going to be hard to turn. So I'm going to probably put it over here somewhere. And it's going to have to be kind of small. That's kind of the way it goes because it's such a small project. Okay, next I'm just going to clip this all together. And like I said, I'm going to leave an opening. This is a little itty bitty close to that edge. We're going to go over a little bit more. I'm just going to leave that opening. Now, it's a little thick. You might want to do a little bit more than 1/4 inch, but we're going to start sewing right around here, back stitch, go all the way around until we reach this other point and back stitch here so we can turn it. And you know, I'm going to go a little this way. I want to have enough room to turn it. All right, so that one and that one, that's where I'm going. Be right back. All right, that is all stitched. I'm going to trim this up and trim up those edges just so we don't have any problems with turning it, pressing it out. A good idea would be to check it first. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go for it. I need better scissors. Hang on one sec. Here we go. These are my little snips, but these will do. There we go, much better. Just cutting that at an angle. All right, we're going to turn it. And like I said, this might be a little challenging, but we can do it. All right, now it's kind of pushed out. It is wonky. I can use my pointer. And you know what? If I had this to do again, I probably would use a skinnier piece of something here because you can see how this is curved. So, you know, don't make that mistake. But that's okay. That's what we do, you know, live and learn. Try different things. All right, let's give this a good press. Some steam. Oh, I like it. It's so cute. There, get it nice and flat. Oh, so cute. You could put like little bells on the corners or little tassels or something like that. Oh, I love it. And the other side's like that. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. All right, next step, if you want to, is to stitch around the outside. If you don't want to, you will need to hand stitch that opening closed. So I'm just gonna stitch around the outside and then add a button and we'll be done. Okay, it's all top stitched and adorable. Now the fun part of picking a button. Now you don't have to put a button on it, but I thought it would be fun to pick one out. You can see on this one I used 2 vintage buttons on either side and I did hand sew them on. I just want to give you an idea of what it would look like if you put a button on it. And I think I want something nice and bright. Oh, that's really cute, isn't it? Oh my goodness. This is so much fun for me. I love buttons. You could also use a shank button, although just know it's going to kind of not lay completely flat. Oh, I could go pink. Oh my gosh, look at how cute the pink one is. So many ideas. This one's cute too. Oh, it's like a swirly. You could do some cute buttons that are themed, like if you could find any that are maybe a Christmas stocking or something like that. Oh, that would be kind of cute. I don't know, don't love that one as much. Anyway, when you sew it on, you're just gonna sew on your buttons. I like to do it, I put them both on and then sew, and you can see these 2 buttons aren't the same, and that's okay too. You can just have some fun with this. You could do all kinds of stuff with this. Do some theme fabric. You could even write on it and do gift tags out of these. It would be so much fun. I hope you enjoyed this project. I hope you make a bunch of these. They're so much fun, and they're just a great little craft to use up those strips. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you take some time to sew, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.